This is Joe Ancola with OKRaw.com. I have another exciting episode for you today, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite foods in the whole world, coconuts and coconut water. As you can see here at the store, they got different Naked, Zola, Zico brand coconut waters. But the problem with these coconut waters in the packages is that you never know what you're going to get. Are you really getting coconut water? Is it really just filtered water? Are they adding even just like fruit sugar sweeteners? Or is it like from concentrate? You just don't know. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how to get the best coconuts. If you live in Southern California, you can get the real coconut no matter where you live. I always recommend you guys get the real coconut. And many stores are now selling the white coconuts or the Thai coconuts, which are far better in my opinion than buying things in packages, bottles, and jars. And I've even done price comparisons. If you check my past videos where I, compare the price of the coconut water in the Tetra Pak versus the coconut, and it's still cheaper in the coconut, even if the coconut is like $2.99. So anyways, let's go to my secret source in LA where you can buy coconuts the best anywhere in California that I found. We're here in Los Angeles, California at the wholesale produce terminal. And if you want to learn how to shop the wholesale produce terminal, check my past videos. I actually have a really good video on that. We're not really going to talk about shopping the produce terminal today, but what we are going to talk about is probably my number one favorite food. One of my missions in life is to get you guys to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables instead of things that are in packages, bottles, and jars. And I know many of you guys out there may still be buying Zico waters or even Harmless Harvest coconut waters that come in plastic bottles, which are raw. But in my opinion, much better than anything in a packaged bottle or jar, even if it's labeled raw, is the real food itself. So why I'm here at the wholesale produce terminal today is to share with you guys the two best sources for coconuts at the whole terminal. And this is especially important if you want to drink the water. Coconut water makes the majority of the water I drink instead of bottled water. And instead of buying those plastic bottles, man, come to the terminal and just start buying some of the coconuts and drink the water out of it. I mean, the coconut is a water-containing vessel, or water-containing vessel, if you're Chekhov from Star Trek. So in any case, the coconut water is probably one of the most amazing waters on Earth. It probably has more electrolytes than the sports beverages that are fluorescent colors. And, it has the plant cytokines, which are anti-aging for the plant and probably also anti-aging for us. And, now we're going to show you the two best sources here. So the first one's right behind me. It's actually called the Coco Rico. Now, many sellers may sell the younger coconuts here. And while I'm here in Southern California, I don't necessarily buy the Thai coconuts because they have to come from Thailand. They're shipped very far. This is what you guys may be used to eating here, just these young Thai coconuts. And, I definitely don't recommend these if you could get the ones from Mexico. And each and every one is, in the little yurt-like thing wrapped in the plastic. Those are dipped in sodium metabisulfite, which is like sulfur, which is like a preservative, kind of like the sulfur in wines. And then they also put thiamabenzol, which is a fungicide. So I don't like that. Plus, they're coming in from Thailand, so because they're coming from farther, you're going to pay more money from them. So I prefer the Mexican coconuts. And the best source of those right here, Coco Rico. Now, many people sell just the standard case of coconuts, but these guys are the importers that, import them directly instead of just resellers. So you're going to get the lower prices and also the freshest quality. So now we're going to go ahead and share with you guys the different kinds of coconuts they have here. And if you come here, you got to watch out for traffic, all the different trucks and forklifts and whatnot. Now, every time you come here, they're going to have a little bit different varieties of coconuts. There's two main kinds. They have the Tierno, which is the younger kind, and the Sazon, which is the older kind. Now, if you want it for the meat, then you want to get the Sazon kind. It's not going to have as much water. I like the Tierno, which is the younger kind. And if you're not sure which is which, ask them here. They're very helpful. Just tell them you want the youngest ones for the water, because that, to me, is the number one benefit of these coconuts is the water itself. And they come in different sizes. So they have these large sizes here. And actually, these are called the Sazon. And if you look at the Sazon, in general, what you're going to find is it's going to, be the white coconut, but you're also going to see a lot of the brown color showing through. Now, when you see the brown color showing through, that means the meat's getting thicker. So if you want to use it for the meat to make like coconut butter, coconut oil, or like a coconut ice cream, which is what I do, or coconut milk, these are the ones you want to get. When you shake them, generally you're going to hear them, they're like 75% full of water, so there's not much water, but the meat is why you would want to buy these. I won't buy these unless they don't have the younger kind available. These kind, actually, because they are more mature, the shell is harder, which means they're going to store for longer. It's always best to store these in the fridge to keep them the longest, but I've even stored these out of the fridge. These guys will probably store out of the fridge 2 weeks, easy, no problem. The next kind they have is the Tierno, which is over there, I can't reach, and they're going to be pretty much the same size. These are the large style Tiernos. They come maybe 18 to 20 count per box. you're gonna pay a little bit more for those, and those are the ones that are more popular in trade. I actually like to save a little bit of money, and I like to buy the smaller ones. So they have 2 boxes of smaller ones today. They have these guys here, which are mostly Tierno and younger, and you can see these actually come with a little straw here, just like on the Tetra Pak, which is cool. They normally come with a straw, and basically just take the straw, pop it through the hole, and on the coconut there's 3 holes. There's 2 eyes and a mouth. So the 2 eyes have the little brows. You could feel the little brows there, like my eyebrows, and it has a large hole. The large hole is a soft hole, which you can stick one of these straws into and just drink out, and then compost your coconut instead of, taking your plastic bottle and chucking it, because plastic bottles could take like 700 years before they break down, and that's insane, and most of them end up in the Pacific Gyre in little plastic fragments. So, we got to be eating real foods from nature, just like the coconut. Coconut shells you could use for many products. When you're done, you could crack them open, get the meat out. You could use these to make candles. You could use these to start your little plant starts. I mean, they're really cool. You could even actually burn these up to make some coconut biochar. Man, that's badass. So yeah, so these are these guys, and these guys actually come in like 24 pieces. So they're a little bit smaller, so they're a bit lesser in price. So these are actually what I'm going to get today. Another option when they don't have these guys, what I get are these guys right here. These are by far the lowest price. These are usually around 50 cents, and it depends on the day each. These are a mix, so we got some Saison, so if you want some of the more meat in there with less water, and they got some ones that are a little bit younger. So actually I'm gonna get these guys here. By far, Coco Rico here at the terminal is the best place to buy these husked coconuts. And once again, these guys will store probably these guys 2 weeks out of the fridge, no problem. The other ones, you got to drink the ones that are a little bit softer, the ones that are more white, and keep the ones that are, showing a little bit of brown through there. They're going to stay longer, and I don't really recommend you guys get the brown coconuts at all. They're pretty much good for the meat. The water's not tasting too good. Besides this place here, which I'll go ahead and give you their contact info. Get a hold of Coco Rico to buy those little small coconuts. It's Coco Rico produce. They do not ship, so you got to come here to buy it. It's 1925 East 8th Street, number 25, LA, California, and they're at 213-627-8864. And tell them John sent you. Maybe they'll hook me up with a better deal next time. Well, I like those coconuts a lot, but they don't store necessarily that well outside the fridge, and they're a little bit more mature, but I still love drinking the water out of those. And those are the kind that I've been eating for the longest time. According to my research, they don't dip those or do anything to them like they do with the Thai coconuts. But even better than those on some levels, if you could get into them, are these guys right here. And we're at LC Produce. It's 213-239-8840 is their phone number, and they're just a few doors down from Coco Rico. And what they have are these guys, and I love these guys even more. These guys are the whole coconuts, man. This is what you find on the tree. Each one of these guys are pretty much about the size of a football. You will probably need a machete or a special coconut tool to get into these guys, but the water in these guys are very good. Now, if you're used to drinking the Thai coconuts, you're gonna have to get used to drinking these other kind of coconuts because the water's just not as sweet. And that's all right, because if you're eating apples, you eat Fuji apples, Granny Smith apples, Cameo apples, they're all different levels of sweetness. But if you're eating the Thai coconuts, they're always sweet. It's always like eating Fuji apples. With these guys in the husk, or the ones that I just showed you guys, each one's a little bit different. Sometimes you'll get one that's like a little bit more sweet. Sometimes they're not quite as sweet, but man, they're all so good because they contain that, nature's filtered water in the coconut. So yeah, I'm gonna get actually 5 of these bags today. The price ranges, and they could be, they're generally hovering around $1, each, and that's definitely a great price. And if you don't know how to open these guys, be sure to check my other videos on how to get into them. So that'll pretty much wrap up this episode. Basically, it's sharing with you guys how to get the best coconuts here at the LA Wholesale Produce Terminal. Once again, definitely recommend the ones in the husk if you could get into them to drink the water, and if not, get the other ones that are a lot easier to get into. They're more convenient, especially when traveling. You can stick a straw in there, punch a screwdriver through the mouth, stick a straw in there, and just drink it right up. It's as easy as opening one of those Tetra Packs. I do want to get you guys away from eating processed foods, things in bottles, packages, and jars, and getting back to eating real food. And coconuts are my #1 food for drinking the freshest water on earth. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, learning more about where I'm getting my coconuts, and now you can too. Make sure you tell them John sent you, and maybe next time they'll hook me up with a good deal. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best. So normally drinking and driving is not allowed, but check it out. You got Cocos right behind you. You just grab a coconut when you're driving right out the box. And these guys even come with little straws here. If we can go ahead and get this out, we're here at a stoplight. Just gonna go ahead and rip this straw out. We're just gonna go ahead and take this straw, pop it through the little mouth there. Check it out. Drinking and driving. It's totally legal now.